champions, Plum here, and welcome back to this week's vendor reset, the greatest on the interweb. It's November 4th, and today's vendor video is going to cover my top picks, hot ticket, interesting items, and must-buy gear for the week. Remember to show your support if you enjoy or find this video helpful. A simple like is all that it takes, and if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. Righto, so the vendors have now restocked, so let's jump straight into it. Kicking things off this week, we're going to start at the countdown vendor where we have the drill, which is the named Carbine 7. Not a fan of this one. We also have the Eagle's Grasp. These ones have weapon damage and repair skills. Both of these items will be available from your Cassie Mendoza vendor from tomorrow for regular credits low. And the third item this week is the Invisible Hands with Perfect Allegro. I kind of feel like this talent needs a little bit of a buff. If any of these items tickle your pickle, they will be here all week long and they will cost you 75 countdown credits each. Heading on over to the Haven to see the lads, and first up we're at Marco, so we're going to check out his gear here. The guns, pretty mid-tier. There is a D50 if you're still looking at needing it to craft your Liberty pistol. The Golden holster's not too shabby. It's got max crit damage, however the armor or the hazard protection, one of them's going to need quite a lot of optimizing. And in the mod section there is an 11% protection from Elites mod if you are still struggling to get those 12 and 13% ones. Pick a couple of these up. Popping in next door to see our old mate Roy and the guns that he has this week. Ooh, 1886, it's got Boomerang. Virginian has the perfect one on it. So yeah, guns pretty mid-tier, brand set stuff, very underwhelming. Inside at our White House vendor this week, we've got the Grown Great SMG, not a fan. We're gonna quickly take a squiz at the other guns here, nothing too special. And the gear set pieces, yeah, pretty mid-tier as well. The Imminence chest, maybe, you know, crit damage, headshot damage, maybe put on something else other than trauma. And if you are newer to the game, you might want to pick a couple of these crit hit damage mods up. They are 10%, 12%'s the max, so they're just going to be placeholders until you get better ones. At our clan vendor this week, we have the Boomstick, which is the double barrel shotgun. This one already comes with DTOC on it, just max it out. For the gear set pieces, we have an Aces and Eights mask with headshot damage already on it, a Foundry backpack that's already got armor and armor regen, and Aegis gloves with armor and health. We'll have a quick little sticky beak at the guns. All pretty underwhelming. They're not great looking guns, and the gear set pieces are pretty mid as well. I'm saving my credits at this vendor. Jumping on over to our theatre settlement, we have the Arctis tool rifle. This is a fully automatic rifle. We've also got the KSG shotgun. This is a fantastic item and definitely a must buy. It's already got DTOC on it. Pick it up, drop pummel on it. Fantastic buy. And the other couple of items here, yeah, I'm going to skip them. Over at the castle settlement, our named item is the new reliable. The other couple of guns, pretty underwhelming. And yeah, the brand set pieces, a lot of imagination with these ones. Not looking good champions halfway through the vendors, and there's only really been that shotgun. At the campus this week, we have the reasonably new Spot On holster. It comes with that perfect roll of 38% accuracy. However, the one piece bonus is an additional 10%, so 48 in total. I haven't played around with this one since the PTS, but I'm definitely going to give it a crack this week. For the other few guns though, nothing amazing, and the brand set pieces, not much chop either. Righto champions, it's time for our Dark Zone vendors, and we are starting this week at DZ West where we have the Death Grips, armor and health. And as we quickly take a look at the other items, remember DZ items cost DZ resources, so just double check that it's a real worthwhile purchase. But for me, I'm going to hold on to the few credits I still have. Shooting on down to DZ South where we have the Ferocious Calm, weapon damage, weapon handling, skill damage, no thanks. The guns, very average, and gear set and brand set pieces, yeah, nothing great. And rounding off the Dark Zone vendors, we have another new reliable. The other couple of guns, yeah, very average. Gear set, brand set stuff is trash as well. Let's move on. And wrapping up this week, we're at our Brooklyn vendor, so fingers crossed there is at least something here for us. The Golden holster here, not too shabby. Decent armor, it's got explosive resistance, and it's got decent crit damage. This is probably a much better choice than the one we saw earlier. I think it was at Marco. But sadly, champions, it has just been another shit week at the vendors. What can I say? At least hopefully I've saved you time and the headache of scrolling through all this stuff yourself. So that's going to wrap it up for this week, champions. If you're interested in the daily targeted loot, it is on your screen now. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, keep shooting, and giving them hell, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.